long enough, I think now is like the right time to relaunch, Power Rangers, and see if it does well. I know like once, like it was like really, really popular when we were on the show, and then shortly after we left, it just kind of lost that whatever it had, like it maybe just it being new, and then just kind of became redundant, But I think he realized that the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like the days, like even before I was on, like the first season and the second season that I was on, like that was so popular, and so he's trying to recreate that, I think, in this movie, and try to create that big, huge buzz again, and trying to get all those original fans of the show to go see it, which I think there's a good amount of those people that will go check that out, No, they didn't approach any of us as far as I know. I mean, if they've approached anyone, it's going to be Jason Frank, our fearless leader, of course. I do think they should, have a couple of us in there, and we would become the Stan Lee of the movie, like eating hot dogs with headphones on as the city has been destroyed behind us or something. Or we're going like this, hey, I remember those days. But anyways, yeah. All right, another story, you guys. Another story. All right, so I got another homeless person story. All right. And you guys have your gold dollar here, right? The loony.
Yep.
Who came up with that name? Some kid?
Because there's a loon in there. Yeah.
There's a loon?
Yeah, that's the name of the bird on it.
It's the name of ours.
Oh. I thought that was like short for balloon. I'm like, is there a balloon back there? It's a duck. That's a duck, you crazy people. No, okay, so yours isn't as shiny. It's probably, did it used to be super shiny if it was new?
Yeah.
All right, so we have, like, it was years ago, so you guys have probably had them forever, but like we got, like, it came back, like when I was younger they had it, but then it came back the gold dollar for us, And this was years ago, I mean, a long time ago. And I got one that day from somewhere, like I had the brand new gold dollar. It was like on the news and everything, so it was kind of special. And so I had one that day, and I had it in my pocket, and I had completely forgot about it, and I was walking across this parking lot to go to Subway and grab some food. And this homeless guy walks up to me, and goes like this. Like I can't tell which leg is hurt. He's like, goes up to me like this. And I was like, oh, he's homeless, all right. So digging in my pocket, thinking, oh, what do I got here? And then I was like, oh crap, it's a gold dollar I got today. I really want to keep it. I don't want to give it to this guy, And I'm like standing here, like staring at him, like thinking, should I give it to him? But it's like $1, so I'm like, whatever. And so I hold it up, and I'm trying to make a big deal about it. It's a new gold dollar, and he just takes it. And he like hobbles away, right? And I was like, whatever, He can go, I don't know, buy a donut, maybe? But anyways, it changed his life for $1. So I walk away and I start to feel good about myself because I'm like, man, I was really hanging on to that dollar. It's just $1. Who cares that it's gold, I was like, that's pretty good for me to let that go for somebody in need. And so I'm in this Subway, I order my sandwich, and I'm feeling good about myself. I'm like, good job, Johnny. And I get my sandwich, I pay for it, and I turn back to look, so proud of myself. I look through the glass, and I see the homeless guy is out there, and he's just now collecting some money from another lady, and then he puts it in his pocket and watches her walk away, and then he does this. I was like, he's not limping anymore? And he walks over, and he gets into the front seat of the car, the driver's side, and sits in there. And out of the caddy corner, the back seat opens up this door, and another dude hops out and starts limping and asking for money, and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? So I grab my food, and I storm out of the parking lot, or out of the store, through the parking lot, heading straight for his side of the car, and I'm approaching the rear side of it, and I must have been like, because as I was approaching it, like I could see out of the corner of my eye, the other guy must he was like, oh, there's somebody gonna attack us, and then he came running back. And then I noticed he's in the driver's side, there's a dude there, and there's a guy in the passenger seat, and this guy's running towards me, and I'm thinking, oh, we're getting into a fight here. And then I started thinking in my head, like, okay, if he opens the door, I'm gonna slam it into him. I'll kick this guy. Well, I don't know what this guy's gonna do, but this guy just got into the back seat, and I was like, oh, he's afraid. So I don't have to worry about that guy. And then I leaned down into the driver's side, and I'm like, hey, these are my words. So he's like this, and so I could see the fear on his face when he sees me. He's like, no. And I'm like, hi. Remember me? The guy with the gold dollar? I want it back. That's what I said to him. And so he does this, right? And I could see his pocket is full of change because it's just like this, you know? And he starts doing this. No. No. I was like, dig in your pockets, you're just padding them. Look for my gold dollar. And he's like, ooh. No. And then I'm looking, and I'm like, what? You're not even trying. And I look, and his ashtray is just, there's like tons of change. It's like piled over or whatever, right? I was like, well, dig in your ashtray. Look in the ashtray. And he starts going, no. He doesn't dig in, he just pat the top of it. I'm like, what? And so I'm so frustrated that I reach past him, elbow in his face, I dig into his ashtray and pull out as much change as I could. I kicked his door and I was like, get the hell out of here. We're done. And he drives off and I'm like, I made $20 that day. But I didn't recover my gold dollar back. True story. Me and homeless people, man. Any other questions? Yes?
This is more of an improv. Could you improvise Bash the Stampede high on...
Bash high?
Yes.
My goodness.
Oregon.
I don't know. No, that's drunk. Like, what is he high on, though? Because then it could be like, no, donuts.
High on bleach.
All right, so who heard that story the other day? The bleach. Okay, so the rest of you that don't know, I'll just tell you really quickly. I have a band I mentioned already, and we're in Little Tokyo. We're playing the set. I just worked on Bleach that day, the show, and I did a lot of screaming, and so my voice is like messed up. And so after a couple songs, I'm like, oh, sorry guys, my throat is really jacked tonight. I was doing Bleach today. Anyways, and so I finished out the set, and at the end of the set, like these girls came up to me and they're like, oh, so you do Bleach? I was like, yeah, I do Bleach. I was like, how do you do Bleach? Are you snorting or something? I was like, what? It's like, no, the show I did. I was like, wait, what? No, I don't snort. And then I realized, like, oh my gosh, half those people probably think I like snort bleach or something. Anyways, so that's what that was about. So high on bleach, Bash high on bleach would probably be. Be dead. Be dead, that's for sure.
Don't drink bleach.
Exactly. It's a bad idea. I haven't done it, but it's a bad idea.
Thanks for the idea.
Huh?
Thanks for the idea.
I'll tell you, I always do things or always say things in that it's like put my foot in my mouth. Not on here's an example. I was in Disneyland with my daughter, and we're walking around, and I see this lizard running by the curb, right? And I go over and I'm like, hey, Novi, look at this lizard. And then we go over to it, she's like, oh, I'm like, hey there, little guy. Right next to me is a little person. Hey there, little guy. And then I turn and look, and he's like, no, the lizard. And it's gone.